Well, the jury is in and they don't like Supergirl. That's right. Deadline, Variety, The Hollywood Reporter, World of Real, and of course, even That Park Place have all kind of weighed in on where this film is at, where it will be, and what it can be. What it can't be is successful, and according to Variety, it's so flat, it's super horrendous. Wow, that's a shot at Miley if ever I've seen one. Here we go. Now, before we get started, just a real quick reminder, I am trying to get to 50K. I say at the beginning of every video, so just double check you're still subscribed. If not, click the subscribe button, double check the notification bell, and make sure you've got all notifications turned on. Hit the thumbs up button, leave me some comments and some questions, and let's have a conversation, because I don't think this is going to do very well. Do you? And once again, we'll start off with Variety. Supergirl Review. Miley Alcock takes charge of a dystopian superhero movie so flat, it's super horrendous. And again, I'm sure that wasn't a personal shot at Miley Alcock, although it might be. I mean, that's kind of a little tongue-in-cheek comment there, but hey, I'm not going to comment on the young lady's appearance other than to say she looks remarkably like Sid from Toy Story. Anyway, it's got a terrible script and a punk rock attitude of corporate pretension. I don't know what that means, but it's just pretentious in every way. Last summer's reboot of Superman was a movie that provoked reactions all over the map. This is no great follow-up to that. The reactions on this are bad. Some people like Superman, some didn't. But even if you were like me and you were on the positive side, and I was also, in addition to this reviewer, the movie was trying to be so many different things for so many different people that it kind of didn't fall within one area that people could decide to grab onto and decide to love. That's okay. It happens sometimes. But that being said, there was one thing about Superman that perhaps the whole world could agree on. In a 12-minute long argument between Clark and Lois, the moment when Clark made the case that Superman's wholesome valor was punk rock, well, that was cringe. Extreme cringe, a moment where I actually physically cringed. I've been doing that a lot lately in movies. I don't know about you. If you can think of some of your most favorite cringe moments in theaters, and I'm sure you've had a bunch in the last 2 years, let me know those in the comments section below. But look, let's go back to the original PMC Nikki Fink outlet and take a look at their review. Supergirl Review, DC's female answer to Superman, doesn't fly high enough. Oh no, not high enough indeed. In fact, it's not going to perform where they want it to. Not even where they initially predicted it will. In fact, it wouldn't surprise me, as I have said before on the record, it performs as little as $39 million domestic. That's a catastrophe. 80 million worldwide, that could be a stretch, a reach, something it won't get to. That's going to be very, very bad indeed. And look, when the major outlets, the major access media outlets are out there ready to take a shot at something, it means it's not going to do well. And Miley Alcock as the titular star of Supergirl, but the main attraction and secret sauce, as far as I'm concerned, is a CGI dog named Crypto. And that's bad. Crypto wasn't really appreciated in the Superman movie, and certainly not in any of the early footage that we saw in the form of trailers for this film. Crypto, of course, is going to be the animal equivalent of what was done in Guardians of the Galaxy 3 to try to pull at your heartstrings and convince you care about something. I'm going to see this, and I'm going to prevent you from seeing it, I hope, and you'll have to let me know if I did at all, because I hope that I do. I don't want you spending your money on something like this. I think you need to save it for other better things. With that being said, let's jump back into the story from Pete Hammond. So why did the filmmakers behind this cinematic reboot of DC's female answer to Superman relegate poor Crypto, who was a big part of the making of last year's Superman, so much fun? I don't agree. It was a mere cameo? Okay. He's basically a plot device to give our heroine an emotional hook and a reason to go after the villain with vengeance. We really only get Crypto at the very beginning and the very end of the movie, and that seems to be borrowing from others rather than staying in its own lane. And look, if you expected something more, something bigger, something broader, you were expecting too much. I've been trying to warn you for a while now. This film would not be received well, and it's unsurprising that the critics are trying to retain some credibility here because they have very little left. Supergirl review, Miley Alcock sparks punkish chaos and Jason Momoa brings bad boy energy, but DC's latest caped caper is stuck on autopilot. Do you see a theme here? PMC Media is not liking this, and neither are any of their reviewers, and does it surprise anybody? No. We've become bored with sanitized superhero films for good reason. And this is, well, probably one of the worst of them all, despite presenting a drunk Supergirl being all messy and stuff. And I'm going to tell you right now, my review might be kinder than most of these people's, but what nobody can deny is the poor reception so far in early reviews, where you would expect things to soar higher, or S-O-R-E, soar lower. Anyway, Supergirl debuts to weak reviews, 49 on MC, 59% on RT, and the worst script I can remember. Jordan Rumi, that's going a little tight in the paint, or a little hard in the paint anyway. As expected, Gillespie's Supergirl is not doing well with critics as the review embargo is finally lifted on the latest DCU film. James Gunn must be wondering what went wrong, but we saw this coming. All of us, everybody, including you. If you're watching this video right now and you saw this coming, make sure you've already hit the thumbs up button. Make sure you're already making comments down below. When did you see this coming? Was it 2 months ago? 3 months ago? Or even when they went and cast Miley Alcock to begin with? 49 on Metacritic is based on just 38 reviews. 59% on Rotten Tomatoes. Not that many reviews either. But those scores, while not being good, can still be improved upon. The way that this is kind of usually drip-fed, though, I don't think it's going to. I don't think there's anybody coming to save the day here. And again, from Owen Gleiberman's piece, which we kind of reviewed a little bit, James Gunn said he wasn't going into production on any movie until the script was rock solid. Well, this thing wasn't. That was the overriding problem with the superhero overkill era. The films had lousy scripts, which were used as grids on which to layer the visual effects. And guess what? Gunn went forward. Gunn was right to want to make a comic book genre back to a well-structured screenwriting basics, but he has to be disappointed in the results. He's given us a comic book movie with the worst script I can remember. That's not high praise, nor should it be surprising to any of us. Once again, we saw this coming, and the shift in the tail of the tape in the area that they wanted to write changed as well. How they wanted to couch the story and present a narrative that, hey, the studio isn't losing money, which was an outright lie, because of a partner campaign program. I'm sorry, what? Yeah. So from the story that Marvin put together yesterday, after I spent the better part of the day on X trying to push back on this ridiculousness, Deadline tried to shift the focus of Supergirl's record promo partner marketing campaign as box office tracking remained weak, meaning there wasn't anything there. And they knew it. They knew this ahead of time. They knew this from the original time they got to see it. And as Supergirl heads into its opening weekend, facing increasingly concerning box office projections, Deadline published an extensive report celebrating what it describes as the largest promotional partnership campaign in DC Studios history. What? BVS, I think, had 180 million. I mean, obviously, it's not going to hurt you to have free pub out there, which is what this is. You know, you get to use our IP in exchange for you doing a positive ad campaign or promotion like the KFC Bucket or the Milk-Bone Dog Biscuits campaign. That's out there to promote both of the products, and Warner Brothers will take that easy money every day, except they don't get the money. The money goes into the ads. It doesn't go anywhere else. Nobody's benefiting financially here. The 100 million figure isn't what a lot of readers have thought. And this is the problem that I had the other day with the story. Because the publication, YouTuber Entertainment Analysis, our friend Valiant Renegade, actually tried to break this down for people. 100 million figure actually represents nothing. It's not money that goes to the studio. Repeat, Warner Brothers does not get 100 million. They got roughly $0 in all of this, maybe a small licensing fee. And that's the part that I would add to that. And look, I'm not going to say anything other than that's good that Valiant came out that strong and even released a video about it. The financial support of the film is done from the advertising side of things. Let me explain this clearly. Supergirl did not suffer from awareness. People knew the film was coming. That's what advertisement is for. The trailers and the other sideline marketing is there to generate interest or intent to see. Guess what? The advertising could go all day long for free. Everybody knows about the movie, but nobody wants to see it. That doesn't help things. And I'm going to tell you right now, 100 million in estimated value, again, using the quotation marks there, that didn't help anything, nor will it in the future. This film will flop. And the marketing scale isn't going to change the attendance numbers. From the story, the more interesting question is whether any of this marketing activity is translating into genuine audience enthusiasm. And you look at all these products and the people they're marketed to, a lot of chick products there, it's not. A lot of that's not going to work. Comparatively little attention is given to the one metric that ultimately determines success or failure, ticket sales. Did pre-sales jump? No. Did people's interest or intent to see increase? No, they're just more aware, which means this film is right where it's going to be, at the bottom of the pile, finishing in second place to Toy Story on its opening weekend and disappearing into oblivion by the time we get to its second and third weekend. But hey, those are my thoughts. What are yours? Let me know what you think in the comments section down below. Is Supergirl's destiny already, well, laid bare in front of us? Do we think it somehow can turn around and make a lot of people inspired to see it? Do you think the extra promo partner campaigns are going to do anything for it? Have you changed your opinion and now have the intention of seeing it? Let me know all your thoughts in the comments section down below. And as always, be sure to take care of yourself, take care of others, and until next time, see ya. Just hopefully not suffering with me at Supergirl, the movie.